Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Living Lives. Today is going to be fun because we're going to talk about playing. And I have with me as a guest my friend, Jen Fay. She's an artist and creative guide who believes in the power of intentions while creating art. So she believes in empowering others to tap into their own creativity, no matter their artistic background. And she loves co-creating and collaborating on projects, workshops, as well as commissioned pieces. So, it's fun because Jen and I have collaborated on this workshop, and it all came from a painting class that I took with her. So let's welcome Jen to the show. Hey, Jen, thanks for joining me.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here with you.
I was just telling everybody that, we're going to be talking about our class today that we're offering and how we created that. The original way that this created was I had taken a class with you through a gift certificate exchange. We're both in the TLC group, and there's a barter bonanza that they do, and we all put in gift certificates for our services, and I had one of yours. And when I was going to use it, my friend Kristen had used one, and she did watercolors. So I'm thinking, okay, I guess I'm going to do watercolors. I've never done that before. And I got to your house, and I was totally surprised we did something different.
Yeah, and that whole what you and I did together was this intention painting. And that whole class that I either work with people privately or in group, right, when I co-create and collaborate with others, actually was an accident too. I was playing in my studio and I wanted to take some intentions up to the next level. And I kind of thought, well, wouldn't it be fun if I wrote my intentions on a canvas and then covered it up? I always will have the visual reminder, but like nobody needs to know what's under there except for me unless I want to share. And that is the class that you and I did together. And you brought it up to another level with adding essential oils to it.
Yes, I had. We did this back in, I think it was sometime the beginning of last year. We were out on Jen's deck. So we were at opposite ends of the deck with our masks on, and the fresh air was blowing by. But that year I had created a special oil blend, which is what I incorporated into what I was hoping to happen last year. And I decided to incorporate that into the picture as well. So that was kind of cool. And then when I got the painting home, my mother's like, oh, you can leave that here. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't, because this is, there's all, like, as Jen said, there was all these intentions that I had put underneath that really were for me. And I said, I'll be happy to create one for you. And I took her through the process. But, the other thing that Jen has done is she is the co-creator of an oil card deck, which I'm sure you have a couple there you can show people. Because if you don't, I do. But what I did with the painting that my mother had, she put the intentions on it, and then I took it to paint. And I took some of Jen's cards and randomly pulled 3 cards to use on my mother's painting. And I incorporated the intentions that are with the cards. You want to show an example of what one of the intentions?
Sure. And what's so great about this is, we know this is one of my favorite cards, Tangerine. My heart is joyful, which I always feel when
it's in my diffuser right now.
Oh, we did not plan that. Because
it's also the oil of adventure.
This just brings everything to another level. But part of the reason why Wayne and I like to use the cards when we teach this class is because sometimes people can get a little paralyzed, right? Like, oh, I'm not sure what my intentions are, or I don't know where to start. So by using the cards, we take the guesswork out for you. And then you can add whatever you want in addition to the messages that come from your cards. This is one of my other favorite messages. Tea tree, I have everything I need within me. Yeah. And then, we guide you through the process. The oils get added to the paint. So, your canvas becomes not just a piece of artwork, but It has your intentions written on it. It has the vibration of the beautiful essential oils put right into it, like really like infusing those intentions and those beautiful energies. And then you walk home with this really cool piece of artwork, and no one's paintings looks the same. And Wayne, the first time we taught this, originally Wayne was a participant, right? We worked together, but then we decided to co-teach this class, and you got to actually witness the magic that I usually get to witness of everyone creating completely different paintings, even though we all start with the same idea.
Yeah, and it was really kind of cool because people could randomly pull the oil cards, so they got what the universe felt that they needed, and then we pulled 3 cards, and they got those oils to add to their paints, and then the painting actually smells like the oils. It dissipates after a little bit, but when mixing with the paints, it does last for mine lasted for like a week or so. But what's really cool is you also, when taking the class, you go home with a little roller ball of the oils that's in your painting mixed with some fractionated coconut oil. So you have your intentions that you put on, whether you use the ones on the cards or whether you create your own. And then you anchor those intentions with the oils, and then you can bring that back by looking at the picture or using the sensor, the smell from the roller bottle with the oils in it. So it's a lot of fun to take the class, and let me bring up this is Jen teaching the class and me putting the little bottles of oil together, but you see a couple of the participants, and I really can't zoom in on this, but well, maybe I can, let's see. And you can see that Sheila's painting here is very different from Karen's painting. And Karen had all this underneath and ended up covering, there was a whole tree there that she purposely put underneath and then ended up covering it because she didn't want, the tree was for her, not for everybody else to see when they looked at the painting. So it's really a lot of fun to see what they came up with. And then the other 4 people that took the class, completely different things. And the other neat kind of thing with this is, and you can kind of see it on what Jen is doing up here in the corner of the picture. You can see there's scraps of paper. So you want to explain about that, Jen?
Yeah, so I love using these really beautiful handmade, not handmade by me, pieces of paper to use as collage material with the paint, because it just adds this whole other layer of texture. There's beautiful textures woven into the paper. And it's kind of my way of helping you guys look like a genius without having to have so much art experience, because it really just adds some extra to the painting and some extra depth without having to learn, like sitting with me for hours and hours and days on end of learning technique. And this is a no judgment zone. Our class, we are there to have fun. We are there to relax. You do not have to have any art experience. As a matter of fact, I'd probably say 90% of the people that work with me, either privately or when we do workshops together, don't have any quote unquote art experience.
And right now we're all dealing with going back to work and socializing after not socializing for 15 months. And, we have what's called a surge capacity built into our systems, and it's the fight or flight. And we've been in that mode for so long, but our surge capacity really needs to be recharged. And one of the ways to recharge that surge capacity is through play. So Stuart Brown says that the opposite of play is not work. The opposite of play is depression. So we like this class because we get to play. And, as Jen said, it's a no judgment zone, and we get to play with the oils. We get to play with the paints. We get to play with the paper. I did it when I did my mother's painting. I did it at a retreat center that I was at. And I even incorporated some of the soil from the herb garden into one of the paintings. So it had that in it as well. So you can bring in a lot of different pieces of soul, really, from different parts of nature. And that is actually a picture of Jen's painting in her backyard, and that's where we actually run the class. So it's a beautiful green. There's a brook that goes along the back. When we did the class last fall, it wasn't as green. It was more yellows and browns, which is kind of cool because it was in the fall. And it's a great space. And we have an alternate space there too, in case that we get that R word. But it's going to be a great day, and we're going to be running the class. We're going to run 2 classes. They're both going to be on the 15th of July, which is a Thursday. So we're going to run one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for those of you who might be available during the day. And we're going to run one at 7 o'clock at night for those of you who might be unavailable during the day. So it's a great way to, have some fun, bring some friends, and we can, the class is, you could just sign up with either Jen or myself. So what I will do is I will put the comment in the comments. I will put our, you can just email me. So, and I will put that in here.
And what's nice about this, as long as the weather holds out, if it doesn't, we'll go inside. But what's nice about being outside too is, for me, connecting with nature is so powerful. And obviously the essential oils come from nature. There are plants. Just as much as I can be surrounded by nature, it brings me a sense of grounding. It brings me a sense of inner peace. It brings me a sense of joy. So the fact that we are able to teach this class outside just elevates everything to an even higher level, being able to be surrounded by all of the trees and the brook and everything else.
So it's really a wonderful opportunity. And the nice part is you're not looking at anybody else's, you're not all painting the same thing, and you're not looking at anybody else's painting. We kind of set it up in a circle so that you can't see the other people's paintings, so that you can just really concentrate on your own creation and not really worry about what anybody else has done, and then be just as surprised as us when everybody looks at everybody else's painting and say, oh my God, we all got the same instruction, and look at how beautiful and how different and how varied these were.
I know. Isn't that so much fun?
Yes.
It is so much fun for us to witness, but then, like Wayne said at the end, usually people will go around and look at what everybody else has done. And it's always fun to see the reaction on their faces, because the paintings are like, you would have thought that maybe people were in completely different classes.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny, the people in the picture here, Sheila here, her comment about the class was, I felt inspired, relaxed, recharged, and reconnected to nature and each other. And Karen, who is here, says it was creatively transportive, deeply relaxing, uplifting, and fun. So I think that's a great way to spend a Thursday afternoon or evening, recharging our surge capacity and really getting into just playing and forgetting about everything else that's going on in the world, creating some intention, and then bringing that back and always having that visible reminder of the intention. And really it's only for you, because nobody else knows what's on. I mean, you can take a picture of the intentions and show it to people if you want, or just, I like to have a picture. And I think what I'm doing is put the picture on the back of the canvas just so I can always look myself. but it's a great way of just having a nice reminder of fun afternoon, fun. Even you meet some new people. You can have some bring a friend to the class. We can take up to 10 people in the class.
Yep.
And we're limited by the number of easels that Jen has. So, and also the rain space will hold that amount of people. So, yes. But we're not gonna have
we're not going to have rain. We're going to be outside.
We're going to be outside.
And the whole thing too is it is about fun and relaxing and playing. The whole thing isn't necessarily about the end destination of what you create at the end. It's not really about the final result, although that's always fun and fabulous. It really is about the journey of how you get there and really setting those intentions, using those beautiful essential oils, both in your roller ball that Wayne makes, which is amazing, and breathing them in as you say the intentions to yourself or out loud, as you're working and creating. And it's just a really beautiful way to create.
It is. So I'm just putting in the chat how you can reach us, to sign up for the class. It is $60 a person, and that includes everything. It includes your paint, all your painting supplies. It includes the canvas that you get to take home with you, and the oils and everything else, and a lot of fun. The class runs about 90 minutes long. And the other nice thing is, we're offering it at Jen's home in Norwalk for these 2 times. And, once you sign up, we'll send the address to you. But we're also available both together or individually, depending on where it is, to take this elsewhere. And I love to travel. So, if you want to run this class in Virginia, let me know. I'll run the class in Virginia. And I know I'm going to be running it at a retreat center that I go to on a regular basis. So we're hoping that, you have some fun with this. You can come on, you can, it really is a fun, relaxing, put your cell phone away and just enjoy the afternoon kind of, or evening kind of class. So feel free to join us. And anything else you want to say about the class, Jen? Or
no, I'm just really excited. It is one of my most favorite things to do is guiding these classes, especially when I get to do them in collaboration, because I do think everything together is better. So I love being able to do that, and it's so much fun.
Yeah. So, what do they say? Together, everyone achieves more, right? Yeah, for team, so that's really taking what, the class that Jen gave me and then adding the oils to it. And then when I was doing it, I'm like, we could do, it's kind of funny. I went to the retreat center, I painted my mother's painting, and I said, we should make a class out of this. So I came back and I called Jen on Sunday when I got home. I said, Jen, we got to do this class. And she's like, oh, it sounds great. When should we do it? I said, Saturday. And she's like, what? It's only like 6 days away. So, well, we're running out of time where we can work outside because, this is still in the heart of COVID. So we had to do it outside, and we were running out of time. So we ran 2 Saturday classes, and if you build it, they will come. So we had people and we had fun, but then we ran out of nice Saturday afternoon.
Cold weather hit, so we were done.
So it's nice to be able to have options now and to take it. And but yeah, there's like 50 oils that are in the deck. So there's like 50 different oils that you can end up with in your painting and mixtures thereof. And it's funny, when we ran the class, some people got similar oils, even though we mixed all the cards back up before they pulled again, and other times they got completely different ones. And what's really kind of nice is the intentions that come with the oil cards they all fit together, and they might fit together in different ways with different people, but when you can pick 3 and you can easily read them in a story, together. So we're really looking forward to teaching the class. And like I said, if you would like to take the class, reach out to me. And if you would like to host a class, you can also reach out to me and I can coordinate with Jen. And we look forward to seeing you all on the 15th at one of the 2 classes that we're having. So I'm going to thank Jen for being on the show. And Jen, if you hang out in the green room for a minute, I'll be right with you.
Thanks.
And thank you all for tuning in today. And just remember that we always have these opportunities to connect with each other. And you guys all know I'm all about connection. So I encourage you all to go out, make a connection, and live your best lives. And don't forget to like my page, or if you're looking at it on YouTube, to like my channel so that you get notified of other upcoming events. Thanks and have a fantastic day.